Hey guys, Hooked of Blueprint here, and today we've got an OP Legends League base for you. Been doing really well for Agent, towards the top of Legends League, and what better thing to do than to get him on voice with us today to come and talk about some of these defense replays. Agent, welcome to the video.
Hey, Hooked, thanks for having me.
So box space obviously here. What's your thoughts on box spaces at the moment?
I think they're a very strong style right now. They're good against the Super Archer blimps. The anti-2-star bases were the most common at the start, and they're pretty common still, but they're a bit less good as people figure them out with Super Bowlers and the Super Archer blimps. So I think boxes are a really strong style overall.
We'll start with the first replay here. Super Bowler Smash. Probably the best army in Legends and maybe one of the hardest to stop. What do you do about stopping Super Bowler Smash?
Yeah, so try to make the pathing to the town hall as bad as possible with these box styles. There aren't quite as many angles like there are with the ring bases where they can come at it from every side, and then trying to make the pathing as weird as possible. And on this base, I think a really nice thing is the eagle compartment, which is where the entries often are. It just really messes up the healers because there's the multi-target infernos, there's two of them, plus there's the poison tower. So a lot of different troops will be taking damage, and it's hard for the healers to keep them all at full health.
Now this water walk right here is kind of easy. Does that concern you at all?
It is a little bit unfortunate, but there's just not a real ideal way to stop it. And in the tests that I've done, it just hasn't been enough to where it caused an issue. It can definitely get a good funnel, but yeah, it's hard to avoid giving up a decent funnel if they're willing to warden walk a corner and take a lot of time. And even when it does go well, time is often an issue.
Yep, so here comes in the actual smash here. That Flame Flinger, it's not going to get too much value. So, two multi-infernos on the back end, that's interesting. You see a lot of people switching up to like singles at the moment to stop the Super Bowlers and Titans. Any reason you're liking the double multi?
Yeah, like I said earlier, it just makes it hard for the healers to keep up with everything. Like here you see the queen is taking damage from the multi and from that expo, and she's not really being healed up because the super bowlers are more camp space. So she's taking damage early here, and yeah, it just makes it hard for everything to stay up. And in this attack, the queen actually died through ability, which was really nice.
Yeah, that fell apart quickly. He's still hanging on to his Warden ability. Oof.
Yeah, yeah, at first I thought this was a disconnect, but I think he just didn't react well to it because he does deploy more troops and he ends up not using a spell, so I think he might have just kind of rage quit because it was going so poorly and he knew that he didn't really have a chance of saving the 2-star after the beginning.
Late CC as well. I'm sure we'll talk about that later, but do you like a CC towards the outside of the base, or is it just something unique for this?
Generally, I think I prefer to have it a bit more centralized, but just with how the space was set up, it's nice having that dead zone between the monolith and the eagle, and so the where the clan castle is kind of the most logical place for me.
This guy's sitting on 5 spells. Oh my word. Yeah, that's a rage. That's not a disconnect. This guy definitely raged. I'm not even sure if he has the app anymore. He probably just deleted.
No, he does because you see he drops a couple more troops and tries to get a little bit more percent. But yeah, I think he could have at least gotten maybe to 80% if he used those spells, but he definitely wasn't getting the town hall ever
If you use
after
this
this
base,
happened.
ladies and gentlemen, you will make attackers rage. Okay, so we got a second replay in here, and what else would it be than Super Archer Lalo? As Super Archers, do you specifically cater for them on box spaces? Because obviously there's generally not as much value for the Super Archers to get.
Yeah, I mean I don't worry about it too much, but as you'll see here, there are some traps for the common blimp angles, and his blimp does not quite make it as far as he would have hoped.
Yeah, that was kind of obvious. Nice double Sam though. I like how they spread out. And he goes for the double... He cloned a balloon. Invis Tower there. Now, that's something we haven't talked about yet. Do you like the Invis Tower by the Town Hall on this base then?
Yeah, this setup makes it pretty annoying. I think he mishandled his invisibility spells a little bit here, but yeah, it just gives a lot of opportunities for a 1-star either on a queen charge or on a blimp for the town hall.
Yeah. No, it definitely did work there. He probably should have invised that defensive hound. I think he might have got the town hall if he did that, but that's the point of having an invis tower, right? It forces quick decisions out of the attacker, and if they make a mistake, oh well. They're
Yep.
going to be looking good. Surprised this guy didn't sui the town hall, but coming in on the back end, I don't really know what to say. This attack's so ruined at this point. Are you finding like a lot of Lalo attacks have any success on this base with this double multi and the poison tower on the back end?
Yeah, not really. The double multis just make it really difficult, and the town hall is such that unless you're able to do a really nice queen charge, it's pretty tough to get the town hall safely. And lolling through the town hall, as you're going to see, um, it is tough. But I think he actually made the right choice here. If he tried to send the heroes for the town hall, they might have just instantly died, because with the invisibility tower and the monolith there's not much chance the heroes are going to get it without a spell. So he actually did a pretty good job of saving the 2-star after how poorly the beginning went.
Well, I think that shows more than anything that, like, the people who are attacking Agent's base today aren't bad attackers. How high were you when you were taking these defenses?
I think it was it was like the closer to the beginning of the season, but I think I was just like on the outskirts of the top 200. I think after this day I was right around top 200.
Yep. Nice defense for you there. Let's get into another replay. Okay, so we got a Queen Charge Lalo defense next. Obviously, Queen Charge is not easy, but a lot of people are like just persisting with it just because they enjoy Queen Charge attacks. Is there anything specific on this base that you've set up to stop Queen Charge, or is it just Town Hall 15 that stops the Queen Charge more than anything?
Definitely the Town Hall 15, but that invisibility tower by the Town Hall along with the monolith just makes it quite annoying to queen charge it, which is why, as you see, he doesn't really have a whole lot of choices for where he wants to send the charge in. He's just going to do it away from the town hall. And at the beginning, he did pull the clan castle, which is the downside of having it on the outside, but it actually did have the 3 headhunter CC. So that was something I think most players are not prepared for, because this most often you'll see either the Electro Titan or 3 ice golems in the clan castle, and having 3 headhunters there forced him to use queen ability when he wasn't planning to at the beginning of his attack, and the queen's not going to live too long here.
No, he's not doing a great job of making her life particularly easy at this point. So you run the 3 Headhunter Hound CC. Is this because you're not as scared of Super Bowler attacks? Because obviously, if you're worried about that, you'd run, 3 Ice Golems by default.
Yep, yeah, that's part of it. And then also on this particular base with the invisibility tower, when you're entering from the eagle compartment, if the troops do make it into the monolith and there are ice golems, a lot of the time they can even pull the ice golems and they're not really dealing with them under a lot of damage, or they'll deal with them while the invisibility tower is triggered. So it's actually kind of a nice spot. So I found the Hound to be the best clan castle on this base.
Interesting. Look at that, by the way. So he used a Flame Flinger, King, Queen, and RC, and didn't even clear out the entire back end of the base. That is a really good sign for this base. I also recognize the name Wado, so he's a solid player. Laloing through an Invis Tower, never ideal. Warden doing his casual things of just avoiding the entire Lalo. Oof. That hurt to watch. I don't know about you, that hurt to watch. Gets all the loons next to the town, the Invis does its thing. But I guess you're seeing the benefit of the Invis Tower here. Especially because the Poison Tower just got a nerf. Do you think we're going to see more Invis Towers by the Town Hall?
I think we might see a little, but I think it's more as the meta progresses and people just find different styles and try to counter what the attackers are used to. I think Poison Towers, they are getting a nerf, but they're still quite strong. The Invisibility Tower is something that is really base dependent, because you definitely can take advantage of it, but I think this base does a good job of making it really tough to deal with.
Couldn't agree more. Let's move into the next attack. Okay, so from one Queen Charge to another, hybrid. Now, You actually told me before we started recording this that you've seen a bit of hybrid in the last couple of days, which surprises me. Was there anything you'd like thought of when you were putting this base together?
Not particularly with hybrid because, like you mentioned, it's not an attack that I was really expecting to see, but for whatever reason, either just because of the people who have been attacking me or because it's becoming more popular, I have gotten attacked by it a couple times in the last few days. So um, after the first couple of attacks, I looked to see if there were any ways it could be improved. And overall, I think it does really well. The eagle compartment is just really difficult for the hogs and miners to get through with the multi-target infernos and the bombs.
Yep. So were you getting tripled by any of these hybrid attacks?
No, it hasn't been tripled by hybrids so far.
There you go. I think that says it all. But still looking to make improvements. That's the thing about Town Hall 15. Just defending isn't always going to be enough. Some of the time you know, can strive to get those low percent defenses like you'll see here. So the free CC pull at the start of this attack, that is probably not ideal for any base, but is that just a concession you really have to make?
Yep, I think you kind of have to, and sometimes, like I mentioned in one of the previous replays, the headhunters can mess attackers up, so it still isn't quite as easy as you might think, like if it was ice golems. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but still, there's not a super easy way to charge it to follow up that I've seen so far.
Yeah. In this tower, yet again being a pain. Ouch. He will get the town hall down though. I don't know if he'll be able to keep his queen alive. Hybrid coming in from the top side here. Like, do you think Hybrid's particularly good at Town Hall 15 at the moment? Obviously, it's hard to heal up an army when there's so much damage on the base.
Yeah, I think it's quite a solid attack. It really takes advantage of how strong the heroes are because like the King and Warden and Royal Champion are all working along with the ground troops that are tanking for them, so it can be good. I think where it struggles is it's not always the most versatile attack for some really weird styles of bases or hard anti-twos. It does tend to do a little better, I think, on boxes, but this one is definitely pretty tough for it. As you see, everything's dying out pretty quickly.
Yeah, there is a lot of bacon on the screen at the moment. Just 4 back-end heroes and with 2 back-end multis is probably a little much. I'm not sure if you'll ever really see Hybrid get too close on this. Obviously, if he could have kept his queen up, maybe, but pretty hard to keep the queen up as well. Yeah, I'm honestly not really sure. The thing I like about this defense here, right, is I don't think there was any attacker error. The queen kind of went in where he didn't want it, but I'm not sure how he could have improved that hit. I think that shows more than anything how well this base is set up to stop Hybrid. Okay, the final replay of the video. Yet again, different army here. It is the Super Archer Blimp. Yep. we all know what's going to happen here. How often has that bait worked?
Pretty often. I think there's only been maybe one attack that's missed the SAM. Sometimes you can get the Town Hall. It's around 50-50 for how often you get the Town Hall, but yeah, it seems like it's pretty consistent that the angles that are trapped are the ones that they send the blimp straight into.
You don't have to necessarily answer this. Obviously, I can find out if I look at the base link myself. Is there a double SAM on the top side of the base as well? Like on
yes.
Okay.
Yep, there's SAMs on both sides, but the bottom side is the one that people have been doing the majority of the time.
Which stands to reason anyway. That's just player preference. This poor king just gonna get absolutely roasted.
Yeah, and here, as you see, like in that Lalo attack, he did the blimp and he did the heroes away from the Town Hall. Here he's going to try to send the heroes to the Town Hall, and they really struggle going into that single and the monolith with the invisibility tower.
Well, yeah, you're seeing the weakness of this army in the sense that all of your spells are used on the blimp, right? Well, like, if the blimp doesn't work, there is no backup plan, there is no freeze spell. Even just one freeze would be nice for this RC. Are you seeing a lot of Hydra in Legends at the moment?
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised at how much I saw it, but so far the base has done pretty well as this Eagle compartment seems like it's pretty tough for most attacks.
I just realized it then. I hadn't seen the tornado literally the entire video, which I think is probably more concerning than anything. Obviously, it's like directly below this warden. Any reason for the tornado trap there?
It can mess up like the beginnings of some attacks with a smash entering there. It can also disrupt, like you saw it trap the dragons. If someone does a Lalo through that area, it makes it pretty tricky since both of the multi-target Infernos cover that area. Um, and just with the heroes there, Headhunters. So there's a lot of potential uses, but I think the Tornado could be moved. I just didn't find a better spot when I was testing that really gave significantly more value.
Well, there you go. If you guys do choose to copy this base and you're wondering, well, what can I change about the base to make sure it's not just a free triple to someone who knows the traps? Right there, change the tornado, see if you can take some of the attackers by surprise. That's all the replays I've got for you guys today. 5 attacks, 5 completely different armies, and 5 OP defenses. Agent, thanks for jumping on voice today. I really appreciated your insight. Hopefully the base goes well for you. You're pushing this season, yes?
Yeah, I'm trying to do the best I can. I think in past seasons I've really struggled pushing, but this season I'm actually focusing on defense and not just offense, and having a good base makes it so much easier. Even when you have those bad days, you can still gain trophies.
Couldn't agree more. Well, that's it for us. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed this video, I will link another video, I believe to the left of me, similar to this, where we got another builder on voice to talk about his OP base. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, like, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you soon.